Okay, welcome back to the stream again. This time, um, I'm trying to address the stability issues. Bear with me. Okay. Right. I'm not going to use the streamer cam for this video as it will cause major FPS issues. I'll just show you that real quick as well, for good measure. So obviously major lag spikes there. Just for the record, so my specification on my PC is a 5070 Ti for the graphics card and a AMD Ryzen 9 7900 for the CPU, and then I have 32 gigabytes of DDR5, and it's all powered efficiently. I've got a Corsair 1000 watt power supply, so my PC should not have any issues running Rec Room. However, it does, because Rec Room's unoptimized, which is what this video is about. So you'll see, we'll start off in my dorm. You can see the dorm is relatively smooth, with a few hitches. I mean, I do have my streamer cam out right now, which adds to the issues, which also shouldn't really, I mean, it expectedly will cause a few stability issues due to it being another render of the game. However, it shouldn't cause major FPS drops, which it doesn't really in my dorm room. However, I'm going to show you something. So we'll start off with the customize menu, or anything that uses the new UI. You'll see that scrolling through any sort of UI, opening the UI will drop the frame rate down. If I scroll through the UI, you'll see major FPS issues, mainly down to the CPU, which indicates the game's obviously CPU intensive, but obviously, you know, these things shouldn't happen by just using a menu in a game. So you can see obviously dropping down to 80s there, 70s. But now, so I'm going to mute my microphone. We're going to head to a few public lobbies, public instances. I'm going to turn my voices off just so no one's breaking any sort of code of conduct. Okay. So I'm going to go to a laser game, and you'll see some pretty major issues with performance. Okay, so you see frame rate is relatively stable in the lobby. We'll go start the game here. So yeah, running 120. Just do a few things. And you'll see when the bots spawn in, you'll see a massive, relatively huge spike. So we'll run 120 right now. But the more and more people join and leave, the game can get laggy from that as well. Yeah, you see like random little spikes here and there in the CPU frame time. I'm just hoping more people join the game. If not, I'll show some other rooms. Okay. Yeah, I will show, I'll just go to a rec center, just to see how well that goes. Which I can tell you is not very well. Rec center seems to suffer from some quite dramatic performance issues. Don't know whether this is 2 Rooms 2 or not. I mean, however, the FPS was still pretty dreadful prior to the Rooms 2 update. So yeah, you can see I went from going to 120 from like laser tag with 1 player in it to 60s, 50s, 80s. It's very my CPU is very much all over the place. You can see near the mirror now, getting 70s, 60s. Okay. Now we'll go to, I'll just show you the watch menu again. Scrolling on the watch menu, 20 FPS. Yep. And now we'll go to Rec Royale. And you'll notice Rec Royale, I believe, is the one of... Ignore that voice crack. Is one of the worst performing Rec Room originals in Rec Room. There is a few community made rooms which can also be very bad performance wise. So you see here dropping FPS, not so bad, but that's purely down to the fact that there's not enough players in the room. Just another thing I'll add. Visual settings will not change anything performance-wise due to the game just not doing anything with my graphics card because it's all CPU bound. I'm hoping there is a... Okay. Yeah, the performance is pretty self-explanatory on what I'm trying to explain here. Very inconsistent performance across multiple different rooms. I'll go to My Little Monsters, because that is even bad just by yourself. So My Little Monsters. I go to private mode just to enforce the fact that I'm by myself. Another thing to add is you might be able to hear my CPU fan. That is genuinely my CPU fan from running this game. And also it takes a long time to load. Another thing I will add is I am running this game on I believe it's a 6 GB per second write speed SSD. So load times shouldn't really be an issue. It's purely down to Rec Room's load times. Which it takes a very long time to load into mainly Rec Room studio rooms. Hence why My Little Monsters take so long to load. Okay, so now I've loaded in. You can see my FPS there. Not very good, unfortunately. We're in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 40s sometimes. 100 there. Yeah, 50, 49. Now open up my watch menu, do a bit of scrolling. You see that's one thing you do notice. The old UI here performs incredibly well. No issues at all. You go back to the old UI, do a little bit of scrolling, bit clicking. People list is the worst when you scroll through here. Very bad. Look at my CPU frame time there. Yeah, not great. But anyways, hope Rec Room understands what I'm going on about. Hope people see this. Hope Rec Room actually pays attention to it. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We might get a a performance boost, maybe. They are addressing some performance things, like some updates are performance related. However, no noticeable difference. At least on the higher end side of things, like PC platforms. Yeah. Please, Rec Room, do us a favor. Please optimize your game. It'd be so much more fun. You'd get a lot of your community back on the game. It'd be great. Okay. Ran over.